Well, hello, fellow Foreign players. I've been willing to do a video on flying recently. I've seen that there has been a lot of training and people trying to get better at flying. So I'll try to help and participate a little, even though I haven't been so much in the trainings. What I wanted to show in this video is how I fly and what I choose, how I choose my style, and maybe you'll find it fun, and maybe you'll find that it's a good style for you too. So yeah, it's gonna be a very informal video. Maybe I'll make a lot of mistakes, but I think all in all you might get some tips and ways to fly better and to train, especially if you're a very beginner. So well, okay, here is my river. Basically, what I put inside was my configuration to be as efficient as possible is a Mustang M30AH. It's really, I love this gun. It's so powerful against ground. It's been nerfed a little, but still very efficient. You gotta get the magazine as big as possible, because at first when you got it you can only shoot 3 times, but when you get it better it gets very effective. It basically is like a pump gun, like a shotgun in air, and it's like a very wide range, and it has very good capacity, even quite further ahead. You gotta be quite close though, but it's quite good. And so this is, yeah, the magazine size, more ammunition, and the optical zoom, basic one. And I've tried to be as agile as possible. Still have to improve that. And nanotech. I like to auto repair, so I don't necessarily have to be an engineer. And the flares, yeah. Because I'm air to ground, so I want to escape other air units as soon as possible. So if they chase me, I want to be able to get rid of the missiles and to be able to get back easily home. Okay, so it's not really the best time to show you all this because the map is not very friendly right now. Once you want to do air to ground, you gotta choose quite a calm area, like this one, for example. Here, this Corp Central, only 12 enemies. It's gonna be quite calm. I gotta avoid going there in the north. And yeah, alright. So I started to learn flying basically by forcing me to die a lot of times, and you'll see that my style of flying is really like low, very low ground. I want to be like a vehicle, but very fast and able to rise in the air every time I want. So, oh, being chased. So basically, I forced myself. Oh god, this is a very bad start. This is terrible. Goodbye. Alright. Well, we just merged with Cobalt, and of course I cannot really fight against other air units, so that's a good example of what can happen very fast. Okay, back at the warp gates. Basically, this map is very unfriendly. We've been trying to attack here. It was very bad because of the proximity of the TR. Very huge battle. I've been trying just after that to attack Tech Plant, Tumas Tech Plant. It looked much easier, but actually it was filled with enemy aircrafts. So it's not the best place to be really, and to show what's the best strategy against ground. I can try here. Well, let's see. Okay. So what I was explaining before I died is that I forced myself to die a lot to learn how to fly. There's no other option, I think. And I forced myself to drive also to fly very dangerously. So to be very low ground, to go very close to the buildings and under the trees and stuff like that. Whoa, that's dangerous, yeah. So yeah, basically doing this all the time. And it improved my flying a lot. learn how my river was reacting, what it could do and what it couldn't do, and basically, if you want to fight against ground, that's really the most important. And even against air, it's very helpful to avoid and to lose enemy air. But against ground, it's very practical because you get very low, you look around, you spot the enemy, and then you're ready to escape very fast like this. And so you have to get used to be close to the ground because it avoids you the lock from the missiles. People cannot see you until the very last minute, very last second, and of course you're closer to what you're looking for. And it's like enemy on the ground. This is a very bad place. But basically, this is the idea. So this could be like, for example, a base here. Go around it and I look around, and every time I see that I'm being fired at or looked at, I just can escape very fast. So I'm used to be very close to the ground, to fly around and attack again. Of course, you see that I'm using the thermal vision. It's very useful. It's a must-have, really. Like I can see the enemies so clearly on the allies. It's really helpful. What else? Well, this is clearly the worst map possible. It's battle everywhere. When it's calm, it's attack plan, so very hard to attack. Big battles, it's calm here, but it's very close to the other warp gate, so I might expect a lot of enemy air units. I'll try Osin. I'll try to see what it looks like in Osin. Maybe you can see me kill at least one enemy. So things looks much more friendly here. Just that I don't really like Osin to show flying because it's very dark in here. But I guess we can play with the trees and try something. So let's try to attack here. Looks quite calm. And I'll get back to Huracan Amp Station if I need. So it's always good to have in mind a place to retreat when you need to. Alright. A lot of people are coming because their Indar just got locked. A lot of rivers. So, of course, what you see, I think you already know that, but I use the wheel of my mouse to get the mouse, to get the map, to zoom in and out in it. As you can see in the bottom left, go in and out very fast, very easily. So when I fly like this, I want to be as out as possible to see the enemies, to know where I am. But when I'm getting closer to a base, I can zoom in a little to see exactly where the radar tells me the actual ground enemy is on the foot. And also if I want just if I want to park somewhere, if I want to land, it's very convenient to have the radar a little in and then out when you are again in the air. So, getting closer. So really the thermal vision is like it's like a radar. You can really see what's going on around you. There I go. Enemy base, but quite empty. Very empty. So it's all about knowing how to move around the buildings, to be as low and as effective as possible. You see, I always aiming down on the ground. I'm ready to shoot as soon as I see someone going out. And so, well, I don't see any enemies, but I can still show you the M30H. It's like, let's see, the turret is my aim. And the first time you get the M30H, you can only fire 3 times. And it's if you're not very effective, it's most of the time you have to reload, and it takes a lot of time and you get killed and it's not efficient. But as soon as you get like 6 shots for one round, it's very effective. You can get 2 to 3 enemies if you're lucky. I'm going south. There's supposedly about 12 enemies here. First when I started to fly, the first level is like you know how to fly and not die by yourself, just flying. And then the other step is like you kill yourself by avoiding the enemy. It happened to me a lot of time. I'm sure it happened to you a lot as well. You see someone firing at you, and your life is going down, and then you just rush as hell out of here. But you just, most of the time, you just meet a tree, meet anything, a rock or anything, and you die stupidly, and you hurt yourself for that. So it feels very, very good when you start to know how to pilot a little, and actually when you run away, you know exactly what is the speed you have to use. What you know how to keep your calm, and you don't die. So basically, oh, 2 kills very easily, very safe. Whoa. Very safe way. I mean that I can escape very fast. And one of my problems is that I use the boosters a lot, and I'm out of booster very fast. Even if when I want to escape very fast as well, I'm out of booster, and that's something to remind is that not to use the full speed all the time, to keep it all the time. You really want to get out. So this is the perfect setting. It is the perfect setting for booster. That was an ally, sorry. Of course, nothing much to do against that. Alright, back in here. Sorry for the quality of the microphone and for my accent in general. I tried my best. Oh god. I'm not very used to Austin, so I don't really know how to behave. And one important aspect also is like you have to know the maps. You have to know the maps very well so that you know what, like, for example, very basic, like if a plant is you can go through or not. And I don't know Austin very much, so it's a lot of things you should avoid and you don't see before you just hit them. So yeah, this is all a lot of dying, but when you actually kill something, you feel very good, and just flying is a pleasure. So even if you don't get a lot of sets, you know, even if you don't kill anyone, you just fly around, have fun being very close to the I don't know, just the speed and the turning around is fun. So that's good enough for me most of the time. So one good thing about air-to-ground fighting is that is the anger, it's the frustration of your enemy or the one you kill. Because basically you're fighting against someone who cannot do anything against you except with rockets from time to time, if they're lucky. Your main enemy is tanks, is the environment, and all the enemy anti-air, but fighting against the ground, the enemy on foot, and they can't do anything against you. So, well, it's kind of a pleasure just to be able to annihilate someone knowing that it cannot do anything, but it's still very risky. Nothing to see here. So yeah, of course, as soon as you know really the map, you know from where to come and where to escape. that's basically the most important to survive in. It's also important to know how much damage your river can take. You don't really have to look at how much energy you have left, because when you're used to it, you know that a missile get half of it, and when you are under like anti-air fire, you know that you have like five seconds to be out of range. So knowing that, you don't really have to know how much energy you have, especially if you have auto repair. Oh yeah. So as soon as I'm done with the M30H, I can jump to the rocket pods and try to deal more damage. You can see how I really behave like a ground unit myself. I just cover and then go back. I'm in the same line as my allies. I see my enemy, I fire, trying to get a kill. As soon as I feel for my life, I go in cover. And that works pretty well so far. So I just moved to Indar because it's quite friendly and it's always fun to fly in Indar. Holding Pass looks good. The whole place looks good. I'll go to Holding Pass first. Let's go. So, well, of course you've seen me die a lot and not kill so many enemies, but it's not about showing what I can do, but just telling you how I learned and why I like this kind of play. And well, I'll be very interested to know what you feel about it, if you have any tips to give me, and how I could improve even more with keeping the same style. And yeah, just talk about it. Let's see. Oh, like this. Woohoo! Alright. That was close. close. Well, that was fun. Oh shit. I'm a light assault. Alright, that's stupid. Well, I can be a light assault. I get auto repair, but yeah, usually it's better to have an engineer, because when you're on fire and you want to to repair it and you can't, that's very frustrating. It's also a good thing to learn how to land calmly in a fashionable way. When you are on fire, most of the time you just kill yourself, even though you could save yourself, just because you're just in a rush. Look at this. Oh god. Where are you? So there is an infiltrator around here. As soon as he's getting out of his camo, I'm sure I can get him. Cat and mouse. Probably in the building. Can't see him. Alright, so to finish this video, as a true 418 member, I decided to go to Scared Mesa Skydock. It's quite a big battle here. Hope I'll be fine. But anyway, I might die very fast, so thank you everyone for watching. I'll be very happy if you have any tips, or if you can tell me if you thought that this video was helpful. If you think I could improve it in any way, just tell me. I'm trying to make another one soon. Yeah, that's about it. Stay tuned until I die. Woohoo! Very suicidal. Okay, we're out of there. Goodbye, everyone.